I'm Ava, and I've spent the last 3 years of my life traveling solo to some of the world's most remote and offbeat places. From horse trekking alone in Mongolia, to living in Pakistan for a year, and spending the first 3 months of the pandemic stuck on a remote island off the coast of Yemen before making my way back home on a cargo ship, it's been one hell of an adventure. But recently, I decided it's time for a change. I've been dreaming of being completely free and independent with a little nest of my own. So I bought my dream truck, a Land Rover Defender, and started converting it into an off-road overlander / mini camper. This morning I got attacked in a real freak accident, leaving me with a few stitches right here on my face. But before I tell you all about that, let me give you a quick scoop on everything that I've been up to in the last few days, camping and overlanding in a beautiful little country in the south of Europe that nobody ever talks about. Welcome to Montenegro, or Čarna-Gora, or the Black Mountain. In any case, however you want to call it, it's a tiny Balkan country that's got the mountains, it's got the sea, it's got the lush greenery, it's got everything. I immediately fell in love with this place. So one of the things that we all kind of need to live and to survive, and I need as well, is water. And obviously, you know, when you're staying in a nice hotel room, you've got a tap and a sink and you can get bottled water everywhere. But kind of one of my main goals with this new lifestyle is to never buy water, like bottled water, you know? So how the heck do I get water? Well, I've got a water tank. I'm going to show you later how it works. And then I drive around from campsite to campsite asking if I can buy some water off of them. They usually say, yes, you can have it for free. But this time I've got a little adventure because the campsite owners directed me towards an actual water spring. A spring in the mountains that they said has amazing, cold, fresh water from the top of the hills. So I'm trying to see if I can find it in one of these villages here in Montenegro. Let's see. They said that it's somewhere next to a church. I see a church, but I don't see a spring. Okay, I just asked the locals who live here in the little house down there, and they said that the water is a little bit further down the hill, so I have to go back. I think I know which spot they're talking about because I think I saw it on my way here. Alright, back into the car. Let's get some of that mountain water. Ah, here we go. There it is, see it? I know it may not look amazing, but trust me, this water is coming out from the mountains, straight from the mountains. This is the real deal. It's so cold, it's so fresh. I need a lighter thing to hold the water. I just found my better solution. Just a bottle and pour it in. I know this is going to take forever, but I don't see another solution right now, so I'm just gonna keep going. Alright, I've put in about 20 liters, which should be more than enough for a long time to come. Because since moving into my Defender, I've been using very little water. Now, let's find a home for tonight. I think I have an idea. I'm just switching to low gears right now, which means that I can go uphill, downhill in really difficult terrain. And this is one of the main features of a good solid 4x4 is this other sort of lower gearbox that allows you to just swim on rocks, mud, sand. Let's see how this goes. road gets really rough, quite steep, super rocky, a lot of stones and scree. Oh, I would not come here in a normal car. Odyssey, you can do this! Turn, 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 turn! Whoop, whoop, whoop. I really hope the GoPro doesn't fall off the windscreen. That would be such a shame. I don't know if I should have risked coming here. But you know what, after all, as I like to say, maybe I may not be able to go fast, but I can go anyway. I had found this secret beach on Google Maps, liked how remote it looked and decided to go and check it out. Finding beautiful destinations can be as simple as that. Seems like this ride was a little bit too much for the curtains. My dear, dear curtains that I love and spent an eternity making. Alright, you know, this is not the only time and not the last time that we're gonna do this. You better hold up. Don't let me down. And most importantly, don't let yourselves down. See what I did there? It's been a really intense few days, driving all the way to Croatia from Poland, then down south to Montenegro. So I feel like I just haven't stopped. That means I now deserve a proper nice dinner. I've got something from home here. I got this just when I was leaving Poland from my aunt. So I'm really excited to crack this open, add some pasta, and just enjoy a nice dinner as the sun sets over the sea. Okay, the pasta is ready, and now it's time to add in some of the sauce that I brought from home. Oh, this is so good. I'm just gonna use it all. It's ready and it looks so good and so satisfying. Now I'm gonna take this entire pot with me and go over to the other side of the rocks where hopefully sunset is still waiting for us. I hope we're not too late. Well, it seems like sunset was behind that outcrop over there, and I don't think I can go quite so far so as to catch it still. So I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy my amazing dinner before setting up the rooftop tent for the night, which I know you're gonna love. This is the most luxurious restaurant in the world. You know why? Because it's beautiful, natural, homemade, and free. Free in both senses of the word. I think it's time to put up the tent. It's slowly getting dark, and I want to make sure that I have shelter ready once night falls. I'm gonna set you up somewhere around here. I go to sleep, I just want to take a moment to appreciate this. Like, if you asked me 4 years ago what my life would be when I'm 30, I don't think I would have had any idea at all that it could look like this. I think I would have told you that I'd be working in a big media corporation somewhere in London or New York, and that would have been my dream, but things change. Dreams change. We change. And here I am, on a tiny secret beach in Montenegro in my house car, villa on wheels. That's crazy. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. La vita è bella. Remember, always leave it better than you found it. And if you're a smoker, just remember that flicking your cigarette butts is also littering. Alright, I know it looks like I'm always on holiday, but I actually need to head to town to do some serious work on my laptop, ideally in an air-conditioned cafe. So yeah, let's get out of here. Okay, back up that monstrous hill. Can't seem to switch on the lower gears, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, and there's a bee in my car. No. Yes! Oh, got it. Crisis averted. Low gears are on, which means we can get going up that hill. After spending some time on the coast, I decided to head into the mountains to stay at a cute little hippie camping spot in the middle of nowhere. Little did I know that this is what would happen the following morning.
You're not gonna believe this story. I'm gonna tell it to you in a minute, but 5 minutes ago I was completely covered in blood. My face, my body, my arms, everything was covered in blood. Now, there's this left. Let me clean it up, and then I'll tell you all the details. This looked so bad just a few minutes ago, honestly. Still doesn't look great. Looks like it's an open wound. The taxi will come in 25 minutes. We just went to the local clinic to have the wound cleaned up, and they cleaned it up, and it hurt a little bit. But they can't do stitches in that specific clinic. They said that I have to go to an actual hospital, like an emergency room. So that's where we're headed right now with a local taxi driver. He's been very kindly taking care of me here. So yeah, let's see what happens next.
I'm back from the hospital with a couple of stitches up here and a big, funny looking bandage. And I bet you want to know what happened this morning. So let me show you. Let me recreate the scene for you. I'm sitting here in the morning, standing there next to the car, making coffee, and I see this cow grazing up here and picking leaves off the tree. And there's a dog running around her and barking. And I didn't think that maybe the cow would have been annoyed at the dog or angry because of the dog. So I walked past her, and because I love cows, I pick a twig off the tree and I offer it to the cow as a peace offering. And I'm just walking past and I give it to her like this, and she takes it. And then instead of saying thank you, I don't eat cows, I'm vegetarian. Instead of saying thank you, she rams into me, pushes me down, and I fall
and this cow is standing here over me, and she's moving towards me closer and closer. And honestly, at that moment, lying on the ground, I thought I was going to die. I actually thought I was going to die under the hooves of this massive, giant animal. Like, I don't know, there was this rush of adrenaline that I experienced, and the cow was like here, and I just got up and I ran here. I ran over here because there was a camper van parked out here that belonged to a German couple that I didn't know, but they happened to leave the doors of their camper van open while they were having breakfast over there. So, by the way, this is the dog that was barking at that cow. Anyway, so I see this van and it's open, and without thinking, I just jump into the van. And the moment I jump into the van, I realize that there's blood streaming down my face, my shoulders, my arms. There was blood everywhere, and I was like, oh my god, oh, I guess that's me. Meanwhile, the cow is standing by the entrance to the van, not letting me leave. Probably would still attack me if I tried to leave the van. So I was just sitting there looking at all this blood, and I distinctly remember thinking, I really wish that someone would come and help me. Hey! You! I'm not very happy with you. Eventually, you're biting me? Are you kidding? What is with these animals today? Eventually, a couple of the other guests of the camping came and chased the cow away. I realized that I had a wound on my forehead thanks to the cow's horn, because she at some point hit me in the head, which sucks, but it's not life-threatening. However, what is life-threatening are cow attacks. Cow attacks are a thing. More people die every year from cow attacks than from bear, wolf, lion attacks combined. It's true. I think this means that I deserve a day off. And I'm gonna stay here at this campsite for another couple of days because I just need to rest and recover from the shock of my actually near-death experience. Been a super crazy week traveling all across Europe, and I think maybe this was my sign to stop for a couple of days and just take it easy. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do my laundry and relax and rest. No! Oh my god. Guess who's back? Oh man, it's the same cow. Remembers me. Look at her. She remembers. Oh, okay. Crazy. I'd have to be saved from cows on 2 consecutive mornings. Well, this time I am behind a fence, so that's better.
laundry that's dried out in the sun. It smells so good. I know that us travel YouTubers especially are sometimes guilty of making it seem like everything is always perfect, like everything is always so manicured. Obviously, that's not always the case, as you've just seen. But I think that an attitude that I like to take in situations like this is kind of accepting the reality of the situation and just moving on as fast as possible. I don't mean like toxic positivity, like, oh great, a cow hit me in the face, wonderful. No, that's definitely not what I mean. What I mean is like, being like, okay, well this happened, and how do I find a solution to the situation that I'm in right now? I'm not happy that I need stitches, I'm not happy that I had this incident, but I did get to spend a nice couple of days out here in Montenegro, relaxing, which was great. So all in all, I think it worked out well, and it gave me a chance to plan ahead for my next steps towards the south of Europe. If you don't want to miss it, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Meanwhile, keep exploring, and I'll see you for the next adventure. Mwah!